Welcome back, kids and coaches. I'm Coach Kent Murphy, and we're back here on the Kent Murphy podcast. I got an interview for you coming up here in just a bit with Aiden McIntyre. He's a pitcher down there in the minors, and we had a good talk. Talked about playing some wiffle ball back in the day and charging people, so you're going to like that one. But before we dive into that, let's go ahead and take a look at what happened here in the last week here in baseball. First up, we got a couple of teams trying to move around. So you got A-Rod and J-Lo putting in a bid on the Mets, and it ain't going well for them. And boy, I'm shocked. I got to tell you, I don't know. You know, the Mets are already driven into the ground with their management and ownership. I really can't believe they don't want to sell it to a washed-up pop star and an A-Royd. You know what I mean? What are you thinking? You know, don't be fooled by the rocks that you got, J-Lo, but you ain't getting the Mets. You know what I'm saying? But we got another pop star trying to get a team down in Nashville. Old Justin Timberlake, he's trying to bring a team to Nashville. You know, and hey man, I'm with him because quite frankly, if we got a new team, that's a new chance for me to go hit some dingers. And plus, I mean, hell, I can go help bring Sexy back down there too. You know what I mean? Look at me. We're gonna hit dingers. The ladies gonna be yelling, "Oh, Kent, you sure did bring Sexy back." And I'll be like, yeah, and Justin brought the mirrors too. So we looking in them. You know what I mean? I got my suit and tie, and I threw that in the trash because I only wear beautiful white T-shirts and my awesome baseball sliding pants. You know what I mean? So that's what we're doing. I'm hoping we get the team down in Nashville. The Yankees, they're playing up there. They're playing the Blue Jays up there in Buffalo, and they gave up 10 runs in the 6th inning. And their catcher came out, and he said it was because the lighting was bad. And, you know, I find that hard to believe because the Blue Jays sure didn't have any trouble getting his ass out 4 times in a row. You know what I mean? They were, hell, I guess they weren't having trouble with the lights, or maybe he was having trouble with the lights just himself. You know, he couldn't catch the ball, couldn't see the damn thing to hit it, wasn't hitting any dingers. You know, why don't you quit complaining about the lights and, you know, start thinking about why you guys are 500 right now and you can't beat the Blue Jays in Buffalo, in your own damn state. They're playing out of state. They're playing a road game. You can't beat them. So that's on you, pal. One of my favorite news stories of the week, somebody made a mural of Joe Kelly outside of the Dodger Stadium, and well, I got to tell you, that's the right thing to do. That guy is hitting dingers in life because he's got Joe Kelly with the pouty face outside of Dodger Stadium, and quite frankly, I think they should have one of those at every stadium, especially in Houston. So every time they walk in, they can see him, you know, nice swing, bitch, and it should just say that right there, nice swing, bitch, you know. And we got the technology now; he could probably climb out of the wall and start fighting them too. You know, I'll look into it. I don't know if that's possible or not, but let's get to the highlight of the week, and we're gonna go out to Atlanta. They dropped 29 runs on the minor league Marlins, who actually, they're not that bad this year, so it's weird that they're actually winning games because I'm pretty sure like all of our little brothers are their starters, and nobody knows one single name on that team. Like even the other players on the Marlins team are like, who the hell is that? But the Braves scored 29 runs. They had 7 dingers. They scored 18 of those runs off dingers, and quite frankly, that's the Kent Murphy way. And so that's my highlight of the week. We're just going to take a look at these dingers here. We'll just run them real fast. Here we go. Dinger. 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 Adam Duvall. Dinger. Adam Duvall got 3 of them. I mean, that's beautiful. I can watch that all day. I mean, if it were me, I probably would have had 7 myself, so the Braves would have had 14 total. But, hell, I ain't mad about it. You know, once again, you know, a team hitting a bunch of dingers, though, is a complete lack of awesome bat flips, which is just troubling. But, you know, I can't ask for everything because ain't everybody Kent Murphy, you know. But that's my highlight of the week, baby. 29 runs. Hell, the Tigers got beat 19-0 on the same day, and that wasn't even the most runs. You know what I mean? That's a beautiful day for me. A lot of dingers, a lot of pitchers crying, which is pretty much my favorite thing in the world. So that's my highlight of the week. That's your breakdown for the week. And I got Aiden McIntyre coming up for an interview. Stick around and watch it, and we'll see you guys next week on the pod. I got Aiden McIntyre with me today. Aiden, how's it going, man?
Doing great. Glad to be on. How about you?
Hey, man, I'm always doing great. Just hit about 2,000 dingers. Decided to hop on here and do a podcast. You know what I mean? Busy day.
It's a good way to
Busy
get
day.
on.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. What are you doing with that surfboard back there?
Trying to learn. I would like to say that I'm good at it by now, but I'm definitely not. So, trying to learn with all the extra time I have on my hands this year.
Yeah. Well, plus, like, it's good training, too, because if a shark tries to get up on you, you know what I mean? You just punch that guy right in the face. That's what they
Yeah, I
say to
think that's
do.
the
You got to
key.
punch him.
Yeah, I think that's the advice they give. I'm hoping to not have to do that though at any point. So.
Yeah, or it could just be like, like you ever seen that movie Point Break? Where it's like Keanu
Uh-huh.
Reeves and he's like surfing and, he's kind of a badass in that. So you just go for that
Yeah.
look, too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that could be a good look. I think that could be some good off-season training.
Yeah, I'm into it, man. So how's the year going, man? What are you doing?
Good. Yeah, I mean, got a lot of extra time on our hands as minor leaguers. Obviously, not having a season, but it's been great. I mean, I've been able to just train and, I mean, pretty much just trying to lift as much as I can and throw as hard as I can by next year. So, not bad.
What are you running that fastball up to right now?
We've been running up to 96.
Okay.
I'm stuck there, so if you got any advice from me on how to throw any harder, that'd be great. So I'm stuck right there.
Well, you got to pump it up and fan the flame first of all. But the main thing is just eat some cheese dogs, man. You know what I'm saying? This shit's just some fuel. It'll run that thing up to 100 in a week.
Oh, yeah, I might have to tag you in that. So I've been doing I'm on mostly like steak diet. So if I need to mix in some cheese dogs, especially before velo day, I might have to be it.
Ain't nothing wrong with a steak diet. Hell, you don't even, if you want to just keep doing the steak, just smother a bunch of melty cheese on that son of a bitch. You'll be fine. You know what I mean?
That could work too.
Yeah. So are you guys playing games against each other? What are you doing?
No. So unless you're on the taxi squad, you talk to, you kind of report your innings and stuff, and you pretty much try to do whatever you can. So I'm out in San Diego, and I spent the first half of quarantine in Arizona, and then now I'm in San Diego and pretty much just training on my own. And then there's also a lot of minor league guys here, so I throw some live ABs, try to get some strikeouts. Good thing about this year, don't have any walks on the record.
Hey,
so it's
all
a
right.
good year so far.
Hopefully you're not throwing, you might as well just skip all that off-speed bull crap too. You know what I mean? Just throw the heat every pitch.
Yeah. That's the plan sometimes, The only issue is if I have no idea where it's going occasionally. So, we're trying to work on that too. So
That's even better. Old Rick Wild Thing Vaughn, man. You know what I mean? That guy was a champ.
Absolutely. Try to go after him.
Are they letting you take any at bats?
No, they haven't let me hit yet, which, I mean, if you look at my my high school batting numbers, is understandable. But I really think I could do it now. So I think I need a chance at some point.
Did you ever hit dingers back then, or were you just striking out in high school?
It was tough. High school was not great for me. I would say I was pretty small in high school, so I didn't grow till college. So I also didn't have you as a hitting coach in high school. So
Well, yeah, I know. Yeah, would have changed the game, man.
Absolutely. I think my senior year though, I did hit one home run, and that was, I think, it's definitely my favorite moment from high school. And I like pitching and I like striking guys out, but if I was a good hitter, that's definitely what I would do. So
Yeah. Did you bat flip it? Do you remember?
Oh, I didn't think it was gone. I never really hit a home run before, so I kind of did the head down, make sure I ran. Was kind of confused at second base when they started doing this, but yeah, never got a chance to pimp one. So
well, that's a good thing about cheese dogs, man. It'll bring that fastball up, but you'll be hitting dingers too. I wouldn't worry about it.
For sure,
You'll be bat flipping in no time, man. Kirk Gibson around second, do all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I need that. Need a slow jog around the bases.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's like a victory lap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't get to walk around the bases after a strikeout. You kind of get to like do the little trot around the mound, and that's about it.
Yeah. Do you ever get mad when guys slow run around the bases if they hit a dinger off you?
I mean, I'm never happy about it. I just don't like giving up home runs, but I'm a big fan of. I mean, I'm out there competing. You're out there competing, and I mean, you don't get too many home runs off me, so I'm gonna take my chances. And if you do get one, you get to do whatever you want. Kind of the same way though. I mean, if I'm pitching and then I strike you out, I'm gonna let you know about it a little bit too. So
That's what I'm saying, man. That's the batters get all the glory because they get to hit the dingers and pimp it. I think every time you strike somebody out, you got to let them know. You know what I mean? You got to come up with like a strikeout dance. You can do a glove flip instead of a bat flip. Whatever you want.
yeah, I need. I was gonna say I got some. I have like an interesting follow through. So I come up. My arm goes way up. I don't land in a very good fielding position, which is okay. You know, not trying to pitch contact anyway.
And gold gloves are for losers, man. Who cares?
That's not the award I want to win.
Yeah, we want the silver slugger.
But yeah, I mean, I need to come up with something for strikeouts. I'm trying to watch for some inspiration. So if you got anything for me, let me know.
Yeah, I mean, well, you got to develop it naturally. You know, it helps to just start. You know, just let them know how bad they suck to start, and then you'll start thinking of things. You know what I mean? Just keep yelling at them, and then eventually you'll develop that into a dance. That's what I did.
Seems fair. Seems like a good way to go about it.
Yeah. You know what I think? You know what I was thinking? Since you're just pitching like simulated innings, what if you just found like a men's league out there and you just go wreck a bunch of old men? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think I know that it came out that minor league guys could play like indie ball and like men's league or something like that. We wouldn't get paid, but at the same time, I mean, it does give you some competition. It gives you a chance to just work on throwing the heater a little bit. So wouldn't be the worst idea.
Yeah, strike out a bunch of guys with dad bods. You know what I mean? They're just trying to get out of the house for the weekend. Plus they'd probably let you hit in that league. And I guarantee you could take some of those guys' yard. I guarantee you take some of those guys' yard.
Yeah, I think my thing is if I can get contact, I think I can hit it pretty far. I think my issue is more so the contact. So I mean, I think the last time I hit BP was in college. I mean, I put a few balls out, so it's definitely not the power. Power is not the issue. It's more so not rolling over to second base and being late on every pitch. But
that's kind of the thing today anyway. You know what I mean? You either strike out or hit a dinger. It's like nobody cares about batting average anymore.
That's good for me.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, you just got to talk to the coach. Like I said, go get in that men's league. You'll be fine, man.
I'll have to look into that.
Where'd you play college ball at?
I bounced around. I went to 3 junior colleges in 2 years. So big JUCO guy.
Yeah.
And then I finished up at Holy Names University. So it's a D2 in Oakland. So I mean, I went to games for the A's that senior year. I mean, it's like 10 minutes from where I went to college. So definitely like proud to be a part of the town. And yeah, I mean, it was a good time in college. So.
Hey man, JUCO's a serious league, man. There's some fireballers in JUCO.
Absolutely, yeah. JUCO's it's a good brand of baseball. So I'm proud to be a JUCO guy, D2 guy as well. So
hell yeah, that's where that kid was. It was like last year, was throwing like 100 or whatever. He was on YouTube, and he was like a JUCO dude. Yeah.
Yeah, JUCO's got some grown men. They got some fireball. They throw hard for sure. So. It's a big, like you said, big dingers and big fastballs.
I love it, man. What was your record? What was your record in JUCO? Do you remember?
I don't know what it was in JUCO. I never had a very good record in college actually. So my draft year, I got drafted as a senior, so I was a senior sign, and my record my senior year was 2-9. But at the same time, I mean. Struck a lot of people out, and
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, who cares?
I were.
Yeah, throw some fastballs, strike people out. If you lose, it's probably because the rest of your teammates didn't pull their weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, hey man, I'm doing my job. Go hit a freaking dinger.
Yeah, that was a little bit of that energy. So
I'm with it. I'm on your side on that one. I got to pay for this episode, so I got to read some ads. Today's episode of the Kent Murphy Podcast is brought to you by Bring It. Do you have a podcast with a bunch of baseball players as guests? Are you looking at one right now and thinking to yourself, I could hit a dinger off this guy? More like 1,000 dingers. Then just tell him to bring it. You're not scared of his fastball anyway.
today's episode of the Kent Murphy Podcast is brought to you by Stop Waiting. Are you tired of watching guys give up dingers on TV and they still haven't called you to come and bring the heat? Stop waiting. Drive to the ballpark, hop the fence, punch whoever you need in the face, and take the mound. Who cares? I'm bringing the heat whether you call me in or not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
I feel like as a minor leaguer, I might need I was going to ask you for your advice on how to get called up. I mean, that sounds like the way to go.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, just hop in the car, just go take what's yours. You know what I mean? They'll see that fastball like, never mind. We got to let this guy play.
We want that guy in.
Yeah. Anybody ever charge the mound on you?
Not in a real game. I'm still waiting for my day. But so I got two younger brothers, and I grew up playing a lot of wiffle ball.
Oh yeah.
And, I mean, backyard baseball, and I got some stories for you there. I mean, we went. That was probably the most intense baseball I ever played, and that was just in the backyard
all day long, man. I'm telling you.
Absolutely. We had the like a plastic chair set up behind home plate, and that was a strike zone. And if like you hit any part of it, it was a strike. And I mean, I remember one time hitting my brother, and we're pretty close. We're playing with those hard wiffle balls. They're pretty firm.
It'll sting a little.
I remember the one time hitting him, and you getting like baseball bats thrown at you on the mound, and I remember getting a chair thrown out there. So, I mean, besides that, I think I haven't had it in real life, but you always, as a pitcher, you got to be ready for it. So,
that's what we used to when we played like wiffle ball stuff. We'd play. We call it soak outs, where you just like to get people out, you just throw the ball at them and try to peg them.
Oh yeah, that's how we did it too.
Yeah, I used to pull the old switcheroo on people and be like, time. And then I'd be like, hey, I got a question. And they'd come and I'd just whip it at him as hard as I could. And I'd be like, you're off the bag. And I was like, I was just kidding when I said time.
Yeah, that was, because there was only like two or three of us. So we always had ghost runners.
Oh, yeah.
If you didn't call your ghost runner on the base, and you'd get like pegged as you were walking back. And no mercy.
Both out.
So that was,
they're both out.
That's how I grew up. That's how I grew up playing. So.
And then everybody
definitely brought the intensity.
Hell yeah. Well, everybody'd start arguing too, because like you'd get somebody out and they'd be like, no, I was safe. And so you'd start arguing, so then you'd do the safe out, where they get to stay on base, but they get an out counts on their team. You know what I mean? We used to do that crap too.
We did a lot of redos. Redo, fresh out.
Yeah, I used to what I would do, I'd just get to the field with like all my buddies and be like, I guess I'm all-time hitter, so I just bat for both teams. That was my favorite thing. You probably hit some dingers playing wiffle ball, then, didn't you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Our yard was like a little fairly big, and then we had neighbors on two sides, and then we had like an old dirt patch behind the other wall, and so that was always the outfield wall. And I mean, it was always like, I think at some points we'd only have like few baseballs, so it'd be like one game and you got to jump the fence, go get the ball back. But that was definitely, I mean, those are probably the furthest balls I've ever hit. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Both sides of the plate too. You got a little lefty, little righty.
Yeah, we used to play in a churchyard, and we'd break a window every now and then. So we had this little kid, Kevin. He'd just start crying all the time, even though if he didn't do it. So we'd always make him go in and talk to the people in the church. Because he'd start crying, they'd just start feeling bad for him. And then we'd all run off and leave him there by himself and find another place to play. Yeah.
That dirt lot behind us, we had, it was like a school parking lot. And every once in a while, they would park like school buses back there. And the one time we broke a window, and that wasn't a fun time. Remember, school bus windows are expensive for anyone listening, so I wouldn't recommend it.
Well, if they get wise with you could instead of charging the man, you just charge the bus driver. You know what I mean? You're like, I ain't paying for that window, pal. The kids need fresh air anyway. You know?
Yeah.
It's better for the kids that way.
I agree with that.
Who's your favorite team growing up?
I grew up a Diamondbacks fan, so I grew up in Arizona, and I was there for a lot of good years and then a lot of really bad years too. But they had some fun teams out there. I mean, they had guys like Eric Burns and stuff, and Orlando Hudson. I mean, I grew up watching some really good teams. They also had some. I think they had some 100-loss seasons there too. So
well, yeah. They had some good and bad.
Yeah,
but you had some squads there for a while. How old were you when they won the championship?
I mean, I was 6, so I wasn't actually a fan. We weren't in Arizona yet. I think we moved to Arizona when I was like 10. So I became a fan after that. But they had some great teams, and they were a lot of fun to watch. But yeah, I mean, they were going. I grew up going to Diamondbacks games. I mean, I'd go to a bunch of games per year. We'd always get there during BP, catch a bunch of balls. And I mean, during those, honestly, the best years were when they were losing 100 games. We would show up, and my brother and I remember my brother one time got like 14 baseballs during BP by himself.
Hell yeah!
So I mean,
throw any of them back?
No, I don't think he threw any of them back.
You got to throw them back. Let them know let them know what your arm is.
That's true.
Because it could be like rookie of the. You end up like rookie of the year. You know what I mean? You're like 10 years old. And they're like, hey, hell, come pitch for us. They already had 100 losses. Out of it. Yeah.
True. They would have taken anybody at that point.
Who's your favorite player when you were growing up?
I grew up a fan of old school, so I grew up watching a lot of old school players. I mean, I grew up like Hank Aaron, Nolan Ryan, Brooks Robinson, Johnny Bench. Like I was watching vintage tapes, and those were the guys. I mean, Roberto Clemente. So I remember being a big fan of all those guys. And I mean, I wasn't a pitcher at the time. I was a position player. So I mean, Ken Griffey. I mean, I was out there playing wiffle ball. You're trying to reenact your favorite guys, but you were growing up.
You were probably on the wiffle ball field. You're like, I'm Roberto Clemente today, and they're like, who the hell is that? Yeah. You know what I mean? You're like, he's one of the greatest. So, learn read a book, idiots.
Yeah. But Nolan Ryan, big fan. I mean,
I got through some heat.
He's unbelievable. I mean, he was ahead of his time too, and he's the best to ever do it, in my opinion.
He threw what, 7 no-hitters? I think he had like 10 one-hitters too. That guy was just mowing them down.
He was ridiculous. Yeah, he was a big fan, like you said, big fan of strike him out, walk him, but at the end of the day, he got a lot of strikeouts going.
And he also owns the record for the biggest ass beating for anybody that ever tried to charge him. When Robin Ventura got wise.
I still don't know why Robin Ventura decided to do that. I don't think anyone does, but
he was like 20 years older than him too. And just straight beat him down.
It's a tough scene. That's not what you're going for.
That's the move you got to practice, man.
What was the other one? I like the I think it was Kyle Farnsworth with the Cubs.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that one where he just
that was against the Reds, man. Yeah. Yeah, when he was a big dude, man.
Tackle. Yeah, he plays football still nowadays. I saw that on Twitter or something. He plays some football league still. So I mean, he's the wrong dude to mess with.
Well, he should have been playing football along. I mean, he was a good pitcher, but I mean, you're that big, you just got to go wreck some individuals. You know what I mean? You got to just let people have it if you're that big.
Yeah, I agree with that.
What other sports did you play besides baseball?
I played a lot of baseball as a kid. That was I tried other sports. I played a little bit of basketball. Wasn't very fast, couldn't jump very high, so it wasn't really my sport. But yeah, I mean, baseball was really it. I think I'm a big fan of playing other sports, but baseball was it for me. I fell in love, and that was all I wanted to do. So I wasn't necessarily the best at it, but that was my only interest growing up. So I loved it.
You had to be pretty good. I mean, you made it further than most people do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I developed a little bit late. So I think too, I talked to a lot of guys who are in high school or college, and I mean, not every minor leaguer's path kind of looks the same. And I mean, mine, I really didn't develop very much till college, and didn't really become a good player till, I mean, my senior year of college was when I really kind of broke out. So there's definitely, you kind of stay with it. And I mean, you love the game and you want to play, and that's a good way to go about it. So.
Hell yeah. And plus, we're going to get we're going to get those dingers flying too. You'll be striking people out and hitting dinger. Be like Shohei Ohtani, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That guy's pretty elite. It's impressive.
What's your favorite part about the minors?
I mean, I miss it this year. My favorite part about it was really just getting to play every day. And I mean, at the same time, it's exhausting. I mean, I remember we played like 140 games in maybe 150, 55 days, something like that. And some of those off days are travel days. I mean, we had one time we had a bus ride last year that was 10 hours, and it was like 95 out, 90% humidity, and there was no AC on the bus. So we're sitting we're
nobody
all
had
back
to
there.
poop.
I'm sitting back. Yeah, no, that's a rule. You can't go on the bus.
Yeah, you can't do it.
I'm sitting back there in like boxers, and everyone's just, that was a tough scene. But it is a lot of fun too. I mean, so you get to be with a group of guys for a long period of the year, and I mean, I get to play baseball every day, and that's a lot of fun. So I mean, we had I pitched a lot of kids days, which again, I mean, it's tiring, but I mean, you show up. I think we played a night game, and then I started the next morning, so we get done at like 10:30. Get home, I got like 6 hours of sleep, and we had a 10 a.m. start, and it was like a kids day. And so I mean, I'm out there and they're playing Baby Shark, and I mean, I feel like all the other minor leaguers can relate to that, but it's a lot of fun, man. And I think the goal is obviously the big leagues, but it's enjoyable to just be a part of it. So
hell yeah. Well, 10 a.m.'s too early to do anything, man. Like I need about 14 hours of sleep and 20 cheese dogs before I even start my day at 4 p.m. You know what I mean?
What's the earliest you'll eat a cheese dog?
So I mean, as soon as I wake up, so whatever time that is, I keep one on the nightstand by the bed. You know, instead of a bottle of water, I'll just wake up during the night and take a little nibble and go back to sleep.
That's good meal prep right there.
Yeah, it's smart thinking, really. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Well, we got to get out of here. I appreciate you coming on. I need a prediction before we go, though. Next full season, how many strikeouts you gonna get? I'm gonna tell you what I think you're gonna get. I think you're gonna do about 487. I'm talking Nolan Ryan type numbers. What do you got?
It's a high number. Next season, I was a starter this last year. I'm gonna be a reliever this next year. I mean, my goal for next year is, 487 is pretty good. I'd like to say 500, but
I think you could.
I think I'd figure if I can be goal for the season would be about 13 to 14K per nine. So however many innings I'm out there throwing,
I can live with that.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
I can live with that. You gotta talk them into letting you get in a bat so you can hit a dinger too.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would like
do whatever you gotta do. You can wear a fake mustache and steal somebody's jersey and be like, no, I'm John. You know what I mean? Be like, put me in the lineup.
Run out there for an AB. I was gonna ask you before I go. So I do have I got a brother. He's gonna be a freshman in high school this year. So his name's JP, and I was wondering, he's still a hitter. So
all right.
I was wondering what advice you have for him.
Well,
that I can't give as a pitcher. So
my advice to JP would be don't be like your older brother and just keep hitting dingers. You know what I mean? You eat those cheese dogs, keep swinging that bat. But if you got to pitch, be like your brother and just pretty much only throw heat. That'd be my advice.
I appreciate that.
Man.
He'll have to listen. Yeah, you need someone to listen to that's not a pitcher.
I'm into it. Aiden, I appreciate it, brother. I hope the rest of your year goes well, man. Stay healthy and have a badass year next year, man.
Thank you very much. I appreciate being on.
All right. Thanks for watching the Kent Murphy Podcast. We'll see you guys next week. Till that time, hum that thing in there, baby.